Good day everyone, you are welcome to my YouTube channel. As you know, the Neco exams still ongoing, and today I'm bringing you the theory question, chemistry theory question for the exams Neco 2024. Look at this question here. It's on solubility, and many students have problem with this, but I'm going to trash it now for you. Should you see it in your exams, you know that it's going to be a walkover. The first one, you know that chemistry questions are always voluminous. We have 1A that will have Roman figure 1, 2 or more, B, Roman figure 1, 2 or more, C, and so on and so forth. But I just have 1A and 1B for you. Should you be asked to define the following terms: saturated solution or solubility, and you are given a question like this, said in an experiment to determine the solubility of a given salt Y, the following data were provided: mass of dry empty dish, which is measured at 7.16 gram, mass of dish plus saturated solution of salt Y, which is measured 17.85 grams. They will have the mass of dish plus the salt Y, which is measured at 9.30 grams. They will have the temperature of the solution, which is 20 degrees Celsius. They will have the molar mass of the salt Y, which is 100. Then we have the density of the solution Y, which is the density, which is 1.00 gram per cm cube. Then the question goes as follows. It said calculate the solubility of salt Y in Roman figure 1, gram per dm cube of solution, Roman figure 2, mole per dm cube of solution. What you have here is very simple. Let's solve it together. So let's see solution. The first thing, this is an experiment. You must understand the analysis. The analysis have been provided. The first thing you must do, from here you are given the mass of the empty dish. I say it's dry. Then the dish with solution in it. You are also given the factor. So the first thing you are going to do is to determine the mass of the solution itself. That's the first thing you will do. So I'm trying to see how I can have you see that I say the mass of the saturated solution. And if you want to do that, mass of saturated solution, okay, this is, you have subtract this mass of the empty dish from the mass of this dish that has the salt. So that will be 17.85 minus 7.16. all right, all in grams. All right, you press your calculator. When you do that, 17.85 minus 7.16, that will give you 10.69 grams. That is the mass of the saturated solution. So the next one you're going to find is the mass of the dry salt. You know that the solution is the one that contains the salt and the water. So the mass of the dry salt, that is when the salt have been evaporated. Look at this information here. We have the mass of dish plus salt Y. All right, mass of dish plus salt Y, and I have the empty dish here. So I'm going to subtract this from this. I hope you are following. All right, so the next one is mass of what? Dry salt. Mass of dry salt, which will be what? 9.30 minus 7.16, all in grams as the factor given. So when you subtract this, that should give you 9.30 minus 7.16. That will give you 2.14 grams. All right. Okay. Now from the question, you were given the molar mass of the salt Y. You also given the what is it called? You are given what again? Were you given? You are given the density. All right. You are given the density. Okay, now so let's go with that. With these two information, you should be able to solve the first question, which says solubility of the salt Y in gram per dm cube. Very simple. You will use the idea we obtained in stoichiometry to solve it with this information. So that means the mass of saturated solution. This is the quantity of what will I call it? A solvent that dissolve the salts. So I will say 10.69 grams of what? Of solution. You can put it in cm cube, it doesn't matter. Remember the definition of solubility. There's one of the definitions, because you have to define solubility here now. Solubility is defined as the maximum amount of solute that dissolves in 1 dm cube of solvent, and one of that's when you are relating it to the mole per dm cube. All right, number of moles of solute that dissolves in 1 dm cube. Okay, that at a particular temperature. The other definition states that the amount of mass that dissolves in 100 grams of solvent. So when we talk about 100 grams, it's not necessarily grams stating that everything must be in solid. So in terms of solubility, so based on the analysis given to you, so I will not be confused. It's either you put gram or cm cube or solution. I hope you understand that. All right, and that one does what? It dissolves what amount of salt? It dissolves this dry salt. That is 2.14 gram of what? Of salt Y. Okay, of salt Y. Then relating it to the standard now, which will be what they say in 1 dm cube, that is 1000 cm cube. 1000 cm cube of this solution, all right, we dissolve what? That's the unknown that we are looking for, because it is gram per dm cube. In terms like this, what do? You cross multiply, make your S subject of the formula. So you have 1000 times what? 2.14 divided by what? The 10.69. all right. Okay, when you punch this, 1000 times 2.14 divided by 10.69, that should give you something like 200.19. You can approximate it if you like. That's 200.2 gram per dm cube, because we have to find the solubility in what? Gram per dm cube. That will 200.2, or you say 200.9 gram per dm cube. That's the solution to the first question. All right, I hope it's cleared. Okay, let's see the second one. He said mole per dm cube. That's the solubility of this analysis in what? In mole per dm cube. And what you must recall, there's a formula we often use: mass over molar mass. So just say solubility, all right, that's in mole per dm cube. All right, if you want to make your work to be more explanatory, in mole per dm cube, just say mass in what? That's gram per dm cube. All right, all over what? Molar mass. From the analysis given to you, you are given the molar mass. Can you see it? Say molar mass of salt Y. Molar mass of salt Y, you are given to be what? 100. So, and the mass in gram per dm cube was the one you just obtained now. In fact, oftentimes we do tell students to use the factor they obtained before approximation. So I can just say mass is 200.19 all over my molar mass, which is what? 100. 200 over 100. That will give me what? 200 over 100. That should give me 2.00019 or something. So that would be, I can say 2.00, and that will give me a mole per dm cube. And that's all. That's the solution to this problem that looks difficult. This is to prepare you for your Neco exams coming up on Monday, I perceive. Go through this and many more that I will be sending later for your distinction. And if you have not subscribed, please, you can just press that subscription button now, so that when other ones are coming, it will pop up, and for you to be abreast for a good performance. Thank you. See you next time.